There it is, the sound of Montreal's own Nikki Yanofsky. Something New is the name of the song, and we're very lucky to have her in studio with us. Nikki, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Very happy. Of course, you're here to talk about Jazz Fest. You're here to talk about your new album as well, Little Secrets. Let's start with Jazz Fest. This is where your career all started. How does it feel every year to be back and just rocking the whole fest?
It's always so nice to be back in Montreal and like play my hometown at least once a year, and it's almost become kind of tradition at this point. You know, it's I think my 7th summer, so it's been a while.
And after doing it so many times, do you prepare differently now, especially now that you have a special connection to it?
Yeah, for sure. I always find that Montreal is the most like personal show, just because it is my hometown. It is where I first started. You know, the Jazz Fest was my first kind of real show at 12. You know, so it's. It's always really like, I don't know, it's fun to connect with my hometown crowd again, you know, every year.
You mentioned you were 12 when you started your first big show. Why jazz? You know, did you know from the beginning, did you know from as a child that jazz was going to be it for you?
No, it's funny. I actually started out singing Motown. Even my first show at the Jazz Fest, I was singing mostly just like Stevie Wonder and Aretha Franklin songs. And then because of the Jazz Fest, I was like, I should probably learn a song, like a jazz song, you know? And so I just typed in jazz on my computer, and Ella Fitzgerald's name is the first one that came up. And I just fell in love with her voice, and that's kind of where it all started and continued from there. So in a big way, the Jazz Fest kind of helped me with, you know, introducing me to jazz.
Yeah, of course. So and speaking of big names, Ella Fitzgerald, you know, when I mentioned Quincy Jones, you have the privilege to be working with him. What's that like with working with a legend?
It really is just exactly that. It feels surreal every time I get to hang out with him, even just listening to his stories, and let alone working with him. You know, just knowing him is such an honor, and just he's such a legend. He really is, and I'm such a huge fan of his. So to actually get to, you know, sit down and collaborate is kind of just a huge dream come true for me.
That's gotta be just amazing. Even I'm just thinking about it, it must be amazing. All right, Little Secrets is the newest album. Tell us about that. How is it so different different than the work you've done before?
Well, I feel like Little Secret's almost a coming-of-age album for me. You know, it's kind of like the first time I feel like I've really had my own sound, and Quincy definitely helped me with that. This album is rooted in jazz, but there's a lot of elements of 2014, which is why it's so different from my last, because the last one, you know, I did a lot of jazz standards, and then the original songs were kind of not all over the map in a way, but it was before I really found my distinct sound and my own original sound, you know, so. You know, using all those influences, and Quincy, who's always straddled both worlds of pop with Michael Jackson and jazz with,
mixing
you know,
it all together.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra and Ella Fitzgerald. So it kind of, he helped own that with me.
Beauty. All right, tonight, Metropolis. Are you excited? What can people expect? A good party, right?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be so much fun. I want people on their feet. People are going to be dancing. It's going to be a really energetic show, and I've always dreamed of playing Metropolis. It's like a bucket list venue for me, so I'm super excited.
Well, listen, I know for a fact it's going to be a great show. Have a great time, and the people that are going will also have an amazing time tonight. Nikki Yanofsky, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. Guys, we're going to take a very short break here on Breakfast Television. We'll be right back. Stay tuned to City.